Beautifuls. Let me just get a couple things switched around here really quick. We're going to turn on our subscriber only mode. Those of you who are participating in the interactive chat portion of this, I'm going to try my very best to catch all of the comments and whatnot. I do have quite a few notes for today, but first of all, good morning, Magic Tribe. Thank you, as always, for joining us here, stopping in for a spell, and, well, tuning in for your daily dose of magical motivation. So, this is going to be episode 3, I guess, if you want to drop it by episode of our morning quickie series. And the energy's been pretty freaking intense, to be honest. 111 on the clock. It's been a little bit of a disaster around here. So if you're also kind of trying to feel disasters right now, you're definitely not alone. And this is definitely where you should be tuning in today. For our oracle card portion of this, we are going to get soul truth cards from Brienne Hovey. We're going to get clarifiers out of the spiritual AF deck. And for those of you who are subscribed and in the chat, we will pull a starseed card, keyword card for you at the end of this as a thank you for sticking around. What else? I feel like there was something else that I was going to say housekeeping wise. But I forgot. So we're just going to move on. So if you are live with us right now, drop us an emoji or a comment. Let us know that you're here. Hit the little reaction button. And thank you for showing up. We're just going to take a second and let everybody kind of tune in. It takes a second for the algorithm to kind of kick off. We are 5 days now post eclipse, and it has been pretty freaking intense. So thank you for tuning in. The collective field is still feeling a lot raw, and we're having to make a lot of choices right now that we maybe didn't anticipate. They definitely were not on my bingo card, some of the things that are being presented at the moment. And everything feels super raw, very spicy, and honestly a little bit weird. So if you're also feeling that, let me know. The point of today, though, is we are going to meet with some clarity and hopefully a lot of gentleness in our process. Thanks, Angel. Yeah, seriously. Group hugs, y'all. Group hugs. We're going to get through it, but it is a process. So the cosmic weather for today, the sun is still in late Leo. So the heart-centered fire that is driving all of us right now is definitely at the forefront. So if you're feeling the extra spicy right now, that's probably why. Thankfully, the moon is moving into Libra, or has moved into Libra already, I think. And that energy is more about balance and fairness and, well, let's be real, relational honesty. Not only how we're relating with each other, but also with ourselves as well, which is why we're pulling the questions. But I have a few channeled questions that also were popping up for me a lot this morning in my own perusals. Where are you still overgiving? Where are you abandoning yourself to keep the peace? Yeah, amen. Work in progress. All of us are. And what would a more honest balance actually look like for you? Now, I know what it'll look like for me, but well, I sort of do. I have an idea, but I mean, do any of us really know? But if you had to pick, what would that look like for you? And then thankfully, there is also a super supportive Mars square Neptune influence today. So even though it's going to make your energy dip a little bit and make motivation feel a little bit less, well, motivating, it is going to remind you that I mean, don't we all need to listen more to ourselves, Angel? I mean, for reals. Usually, if we listen to our very first instinct about something, chances are it's not going to lead us astray. So that is usually it. Overall, today, though, the heart and harmony energy will hopefully be melding, and it's going to start feeling a little bit less chaotic and a little bit more productive, maybe. I don't really like the word productive, but we're going to stick with productive. That's the one that's coming out. There is also some stuff going on with Venus and Jupiter, and that's going to help us be a little bit more generous, not only with ourselves, but with other people as well. We're all going through a process. So try not to make it all about you if somebody is super snappy or distant or whatever. We're all having to do this in our own kind of ways. So just kind of chalk it up to that sounds like a you problem and move on if you can. If not, I mean, make your actions accordingly. But remember, we don't have any bail money. Okay. Now, numerologically, it's a 9 today. 9 is completion and compassion and release, which means we're going to be releasing those things that are no longer for us, but we're going to be doing it less violently. So it's going to be less of a lightning struck tower moment and more of a gentle epiphany. Or at least that's what I'm hoping for everyone. I mean, yeah, we're all guilty of that. In our own way, are we, Angel? So, because we are under a Libra moon, it's a 9-day. This could also show up in our relationship patterns as well, not just our relationship to ourselves, but also our relationship to our significant others, our jobs, our family, our kids, our parents, just anybody, our pets. And it could be the reappearance of the people pleasing and the overextending of oneself and moving in dysregulated patterns because you feel like because there is some slightly doomy aspects going on, it must mean that the shit's going to start rolling downhill again, right? I know it feels like that, but it's not, right? Remember, everything is always darkest right before the dawn. Deep breath. So let's just name our big picture right now and stop projecting humanity's dysregulation onto ourselves. So the only one you can regulate right now is you. So if it starts feeling super doomy, go for a walk. I know that sounds super simple, but it really is that simple. Just get out of it for a little bit. Take a nap. Even if it's just 10 minutes of closing your eyes and thinking about nothing else. Yeah, I bet there's lots of people who can totally relate to that too. The key is to remember that we do not have to absorb all of it. We don't have to fix all of it. And we are allowed to stay soft, even though the world makes us want to throw a screaming throat punch. Okay. Remember that you are the one who is in control of your reaction, and your reaction is what is creating your next moment. Okay. Now, our stone herb crystal helper support tool for today is rose quartz. I have some somewhere. Where did it go? It ran away. Oh, here it is. Rose quartz. Okay. And also blue lace agate, which I don't have the rose quartz. For those of you who may not be aware, is for heart energy and also helps to amplify your self-compassion. It was 1111. The blue lace agate, though, is for creating calming communication and also helping to create a sense of emotional ease. So those two things together, stick it in your bra, your pocket, carry it with you, hold it in your hand. Try not to throw it at anybody who pisses you off. But even just holding it while you're drinking your coffee counts. It can really be that simple. All of this can really be that simple. I know, I hear it. It's not that simple though. It really is. If you can wrap your head around, you only have control of this moment. Don't make it about the past. Don't make it about the future. All you have is right now, and the rock in your hand, and the coffee that you're drinking, and the conversation that we're having. All right. Now, before we pull the cards, how about we take a second to ground? I'm going to actually switch this out for my obsidian sphere. And I want you to just take a moment and feel your feet on the floor or the ground or the grass. The grass is the best. I want you to just feel supported by Earth, by the planet that we're sitting in, by the chair you're on, by the ground that you're touching. And just realize that even if you don't have people or anything else around you, your natural human environment that was created for you will provide some needs for you. So start with those little things that you have to be grateful for. You opened your eyes. You drew a breath. You're sitting here with me during this live stream so I can love you. You know, it's little things. It's always the little things. The little things add up to big things. So when you stop focusing on waiting for one of those big things to magically appear and start focusing on the little tiny magical things that are happening all around you every moment, it gets a lot easier for the big things to wiggle in. All right. Now, let's get our questions of the day. I'm going to pull 3, or I'm going to try to pull 3. We'll get whatever the universe gives us. If you would like to choose a number, you can just take all 3 as your, or whatever pops up. Hey, how many we got right there? 2 and the bottom. All right, heard. All right, we're going to go bottom to the top. So if you are resonating with number 1, the first position, or the color red. Your question says, am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? And that's a very important distinction, 1444. So are you going through a change right now? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? because sometimes endings are actually new beginnings. Your soul action, for those of you who chose the first card, the first position, or the color red, is to make a list of all the things you will gain from the change you are going through. Feel your heart, take a breath, and deepen into trust, because amazing things are coming. Even if it looks like everything's bullshit. It can only go up from here, right? Right. So stop asking yourself, how much worse can it get? And instead ask yourself, how much better can it get? And see how that changes your day. And then come back and let me know. All right. Number 2s. What excuses are you making right now? Because there is no more waiting. There will never be a good enough time, because the only time you have is right this second. So how are you using it? Use it wisely. Thanks for tuning in to hear this message, even if it's just for 4 seconds. Your soul action number 2s says that if it's important enough to you, you'll find a way. So today, make a decision and do it even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your heart and you will be led. I mean, you can pick all of them. You don't have to just pick one, Angel. 1, 2, 3. We got 3 today. But speaking of 3, if you also chose number 3 like Angel did, let me know in the chat. But what if it was easy? How many times have I said today that it really is that simple? Because it really is that simple. In fact, I'm going to tell you a really fun story right now. Some of you may not know this. But my husband and I dated back in high school, and due to family situations and whatnot, we were separated, and we split up when we were 15 and 17. And then 19 years later, we reunited and just celebrated our 10th wedding anniversary in July. And it's all because somebody asked me, why won't you get back together with Seth? And I said, because I'll fuck it up. And they looked at me and they said, Nina, if it's meant to be, there's nothing you can do to fuck it up. And I said, it's not that simple. And they looked at me and said, yes, it is. And here I am 11 years later. So what if it was easy? Why do you have to keep making it so fucking hard? Note to self. Because it doesn't have to be hard. Call in the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers, and let them help you find a solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease. Call in grace. Receive guidance. And remember, you're supported. Wasn't I saying that earlier too? So your action today, those of you who chose number 3, is to list 10 possible ideals for your soul's current calling. Lean into ease. It's here. You just have to say yes to it. And I don't know if you guys have as a hard a time as I do with that. I have no problem saying yes to absolutely everything that everybody else wants, because I want all of you to have absolutely the very best and be absolutely happy. And if there's something that I can do to help you do that, I'm always going to do it. But I have also realized that I am frequently the last person I ask that question to. Sometimes I'm never the person I ask that question to. So, how can you say yes to you today? I said yes today because everything in me wanted to skip this live stream, and instead I showed up. I tuned in, and I tuned out the noise that's telling me that maybe I should quit. And instead, here we are. So even though a bear got into my chickens again, I'm assuming, and we lost another 15 birds again, and I want to throw in the towel on this homesteading life and just fucking live in a van by the river. I'm going to suck it up, and I'm going to practice what I preach and remember that sometimes things happen to force you to look in a different direction. And while I've been looking for a door, maybe a fucking window has been open the entire time, and I've missed it. So what have you missed? Now, a little extra guidance for today from the notages and the channelings. Discernment is love, right? Not everything that feels intense is true. Not every emotion that rises is yours to fix. You can be kind without being available for everything. And boundaries are often not walls, but clarity. Remember that rest is also productive right now under the current sky. So if you've been being asked to slow down, do it. And remember, forcing things when your system is foggy will usually create the exact opposite to occur of what you want. All right. So stay close to what's real, your body, your breath, your actual values, and the people who feel clean to be around. And the rest can wait until that motivation catches up. So the simple guidance for today, you don't have to fix every relationship or every inner conflict today or any day. Just choose one place where you can bring a little bit more honesty and a little bit more kindness, starting with you. Our affirmation for today says, I release what is no longer balanced. I choose harmony that includes me. And I'm going to say soft and in control of this moment and every other. And also, I'm going to stop looking in the rear view mirror when I'm driving because, well, the more I look in the rear view mirror, the more I miss what's in the windshield, which is probably more important considering that's the direction you're going, right? Right. So I want you to send one kind message to yourself today, whether in the mirror or maybe accept something someone else says. And then I want you to gently release one obligation or one emotional weight that no longer feels true for the you that is embodying this moment of now. Because the past is the before time and it's irrelevant. So what are you stepping into? What are you stepping out of? Two very valuable questions today. Now, thank you for being here with me live this morning and every morning. If you are not a subscriber yet, you may want to subscribe. We're going to pull a couple personal cards really quick, and then I'm going to let y'all get out of here, okay? All right. Angel, was there anybody else in there with you? Is it just you today? Can't even tell. If you are lurking and you would like a card pulled, now is when you should appear in the chat. Otherwise, I'm just going to get Angel's. Angel. Actually, I'm getting 3 for you. All right. Boy, the universe loves you so much. Surrender. Channel. And patience. So altogether, your message today, Angel, says to surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in this present moment. You are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. So be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. I don't know if that is like the best summary that I've ever had for a live reading in the history of evers. But I don't think it gets much clearer than that. Does it, Angel? And the rest of you, that message equally applies. So thank you, as always, for being here with me. If this series is becoming part of your morning rhythm, if you could hit subscribe, turn on your little bell button, and we can keep meeting. Of course you did. That's why you tuned in, isn't it? I love you. Now, remember, favor follows you wherever you go, as does our love. Be good. Be good at it. And if you have to be bad, be good at that too. Because, well, you know why. And I'll see you tomorrow. So remember to take those deep breaths and have a balanced, harmony-filled, heart-led, and gently honest day with yourself and with those around you. Because if you're not being honest about how you really feel, how can you expect them to guess? Not all of us are mind readers. Be good. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for sharing.